Ladies and gentlemen, it is I, your favorite VTuber Android Arrowhead, and this is hopefully the finale of the 5th case of Phoenix Wright 1. My god, it has taken almost half the length of this entire playthrough on one single case. Holy shit. Anyway, finally, we are going to nail Damon Gant to the wall with his own words. Ideally, ideally, we will finally be done. Don't get me wrong, I love this case. This is actually one of the best ones I've played in the entire franchise, but like, man, it's been long. It's been a while. Oh. Without further ado, February 25th, 2:21 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 9. For the last time for a little bit. Now then, will the defendant, Miss Lana Sky, please take the stand? Miss Lana Sky, you are the chief prosecutor. Thank you, narrator man. I'm sure you're aware of what is required of you. Mr. Edgeworth, you already know everything. You know all that I've done these past 2 years. Please provide the court with your testimony, Miss Sky. And remember, you are under oath. When has that ever stopped an Ace Attorney character? You are under oath. They lie out their fucking asses. They always do. This court is a sham and we are clowns for believing it. Anyway. We want to hear the truth. Of course. The truth. Lana! No matter what happens, I'll always be your sister. The Monado. Now then, your testimony, if you will. First, tell us about your relationship with Chief Gant. Everything hinges on your testimony. You're the only chance we have to get Gant. How much do you want to bet someone misreads? How much do you want to bet that someone misreads Gant's name as Grant on a regular basis? I worked alongside Gant for years. There's no truth to this blackmail theory. I fabricated the evidence 2 years ago all by myself. When I found Prosecutor Marshall's body, I rearranged the crime scene. My only motivation was to get Dart convicted. It had nothing to do with Emma. Did it not? Are you sure about this testimony? Your Honor, I'm confessing to a capital offense. Of course I'm sure. But Lana... If this is true, then that means Chief Gant has nothing to do with this. That's what I've been telling you from the beginning. Please, Mr. Wright, you've got to help her. Hey, Peach. Test subject 1 ready for subjected test. Good to hear. Welcome to the stream. How you doing? She's sacrificing herself because of me. But what if she's telling the truth? She's not. I know my own sister. Whenever she speaks stiffly like that, she's hiding something inside. Deep down, she's really got a kinder surprise inside of her. She's really screaming in agony. Yeah. This is no time to start second-guessing myself. Error, test subject 1 has no idea about the law. I am the law! The defense may now begin its cross-examination. Restarting bar exam. I would fail the bar exam. Several times. True. Wrong, but let's see where you're going with this. I've got Damons 2 years ago all by myself. Huh. That really true? So you rearranged the crime scene. Are you sure you didn't do this to keep Emma from looking like the murderer? How many times do I have to tell you, Mr. Wright? Emma didn't do it, period. Are you so desperate to hide that fact that you're willing to risk the death sentence? She's lying! She did it so I wouldn't be blamed for what happened. I totally killed that guy, and I'd do it again. In any case, as a prosecutor, what I've done is unpardonable. Error. Law is not a legal name. Restarting brain. You know I don't have one of those. There's nothing I can do to make up for my actions. Mr. Wright, my sister's lying. There's nothing she can do to make up for her actions. Keep buying Bitcoin. Looks like she's determined to protect you to the end. She insists she's fabricated the evidence by herself. There's no way she could have done it all alone. Gotta get Lana to talk more. If she's lying, then she's bound to slip up and make a contradiction. She's bound to slip and make a contradiction. 10%, 35%, 55%. We're getting there. We're so close. Brain rebooting. Yeah. Anyway. Alongside Game for years, that still checks out. Maybe this will lead to something. How many years exactly? Ever since All Might Senior Detective. That's not an answer. Let's see, I was 24 then. So that would be 5 years. Detective Gant and Detective Sky were legendary partners. I personally saw them testify in numerous cases. She must have been good coming from the same school as Mia. Damon Gant was a respectable detective. That's why. Destroying brain. Vinyl scratch sound. You're now listening to 102 Rock FM. We play nothing but rock. This ain't your granny station. Imagine Dragons Radioactive starts playing. Radioactive, radioactive. Hey Firewall, welcome to the stream. How you doing? There's no truth to this blackmail theory. There's truth to it. But think about it, Miss Sky. You didn't murder Detective Goodman. You told me as much yesterday in jail. You still don't get it, do you, Mr. Wright? Any testimony you cannot present in court is as Any testimony you cannot present in court is as useless as an idle gossip. Is as useless as idle gossip. Cannot destroy brain due to entity firewall. I'll stab Detective Goodman with a knife. I've been doing just fine. How about you, Firewall? And I fabricated the evidence 2 years ago all by myself. Did you do so to help your sister? Joe Dark was a serial killer. My sister almost became his last victim that day. I didn't want that incident to ruin her life. By killing her. But what she did was justifiable self-defense. She wouldn't have been charged with anything. It's not the point. She was traumatized that day, all because of that creep. That's why I couldn't forgive him. Lana. So that's why you fabricated the evidence 2 years ago. One of these leads to something. You say you did this all by yourself. Yes. Would you mind telling us what you found when you arrived at the crime scene? Hey, brains at 99%. A rock station that immediately plays alternative pop instead is more realistic than I ever could have thought possible. I like it. Yeah, I've seen that joke before, but I just find it really funny, the whole idea of like, hard rock, nothing but hard rock. Radioactive, radioactive. Oh man, I love those radio stations. It's just something kind of funny about like the idea of someone having like a giant soundboard that just keeps slapping random buttons on, because that's the only way I can think that they actually have those, you know? No way someone has like a select list of like, okay, so we gotta feed into the car crash sound and the explosion sound and the glass shattering sound. That combination in that order will really hook my viewers. It doesn't happen. There's no way. Would you mind telling us what you found when you arrived at the crime scene? It seems I was the first person to discover the scene. Except for the 2 dead people who were already there. Or, well, the dead person and the 2 other people that were passed out. The broken prosecutor award knife was stuck in the victim's body. What? But Prosecutor Marshall died from an unfortunate accident. That's only a situation you dreamed was possible. It was a dream the whole time? The reality is, it wasn't my sister who took the prosecutor's life. Fantasize all you want, Mr. Wright, but I'll never change this statement. You mean Prosecutor Marshall wound up being killed by Doc? Something like that. If that is so, then what happened to the other murder weapon? Doc was carrying a switchblade knife. Oh, that was lying on the floor a little distance away. He was probably knocked away in the struggle. It's not how it went down. She's trying to cover up her lies with more lies. Error brain.exe cannot work due to storage being full of error.exe. Restarting head. Truly, the best profession out there is the official soundboard button masher. Oh, absolutely. You gotta have a lot of fun with that job. There's a certain art to it. You know? All just to protect May. So when you found the scene like this, what did you do? After all, this is what everything boils down to. Yes. You planted the tip of Dark's knife in the victim's body, or did you move the body? But why? Why would you do that? Edgeworth asking the real questions. You of all people should know, Edgeworth. You've always had a good head on your shoulders. My head isn't that bad. But maybe I ought to ask for the sake of the others. Yeah, that's the other question. Why did you move the body? When you showed up on the scene, where exactly was the victim's body? It was where you deduced it was, by Chief Gant's desk. But the body was found by your desk. Why did you move it there? The reason for that is simple. Well? Let's have the witness explain this in more detail. Genuinely imagine if you're getting paid just for spamming the crap out of a soundboard. Man, you make $3 an hour, but you love every second of it. The reason Miss Sky moved the body. Pieces of the jar. You mean... Yes. That wretched jar you showed us earlier. In order to show that Dark committed the crime, I felt it would be more expedient to move the body. So, when you first found the body, the jar was already... Of course, it had been shattered to pieces. If you looked at the crime scene, it would be clear right away what had happened. Also bed tester, that's true. Best job to have is the movie namer, aka the job at naming Pixar movies. He gets paid $120K per month and he was paid $80K for naming cars. And yeah, I forgot about that job. Yeah, that guy... I'm not saying he does a bad job, but like... Literally naming the movie Cars? Fucking $800K? I mean, it worked. I'm not gonna say it didn't work, but... Man. It's a lot. Game tester... I feel like game tester is one of those jobs that sounds better than it is, because you're gonna have to replay, like, the same shit over and over again. And then have to, like, report back on it. And I don't want to have to report, and I also don't want to have to... You know, play the same thing over and over and over again. So I can see where that one could start to be a problem. Neil Marshall was dead and Doc was lying unconscious. In other words, the jar must have broken during their struggle. I see. What's the matter, Emma? Apparently the jar shattered at the time the crime was committed. But I have a feeling there's more to it than that. There must be a contradiction here somewhere. Anyway, I committed this fabrication completely alone. There's some kind of problem with this. No, not that. He was paid $4 million for Kung Fu Panda? Man, like, again, I'm not saying these names are bad. I am saying, I feel like that's way too much money just for naming a movie. He's got to do other stuff, right? Like, there's no way that's it. It can't be. No way, no how. I refuse to believe that it's just for naming the movies. Does he also supply them with cocaine? Like, what else could it be? This is gonna come up eventually, I just don't know where. Right, we don't have the list of evidence, we just have the picture. I've pressed her on pretty much everything. I think now's the time to present her on something, but I don't remember what. Let's try the handprint thing. Nope, fucked up. You know anything about the witness's statement? God, So you're telling me that from 160 million budget, the first Kung Fu Panda guy was paid 4 million for naming it? Exactly. Really? Ow. Ow, my objection. Ow, my hubris. I'm trying to think though, what is there that really, like, works for this? Nothing to do with Emma. Maybe I asked the wrong question back there. Hold on. Let's press her on this again. Yeah, why would you do that? Why did you plant the knife? Yeah. But why did you do that? But why did you do that? Come now, Mr. Wright. Even you should be able to figure it out. Even you should be able to figure it out. Very well, let's add this to the witness's testimony. God damn it. That was it, wasn't it? The reason this guy fabricated the knife. I knew the tip of the weapon I found buried in his body would be all the proof we needed. How? According to your testimony, Prosecutor Marshall's broken knife was the murder weapon, right? Yes, and leaving it at that point might blame... Leaving it that might point the blame away from Doc. I felt the most effective way to get him convicted. would be by having the tip of his knife found inside the victim's body. So you buried it inside the victim's stab wound? Yes, because I hated Doc for what he did. You literally just implied that it was not what you just said. But the higher up we go for more money. Wow. We just paid $12 million for Kung Fu Panda 2. Fucking bullshit. There is no way in hell that he got paid that much just for adding a 2 onto the title. That's just not right. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong though, but she said something about how the tip of the knife was broken off inside of his heart, and she put it there. But why did she put it there if the murder weapon was that thing? Fuck. He was. Wow. God damn it. I feel like... Hold on. Okay, we already saw all this, obviously. Okay, so we know the vase obstructed her plan somehow, which obviously we know why, but... with regards to the other stuff... we got that. But you also said... Okay, but again, it's not... Wait, no, let's... Again on this one. Just to have me understand. By the way, you can look at male bananas in the web, which pay 20k a month. So yeah, gay heaven. What? Oh, okay, I see what you mean. Broken knife was the murder weapon, right? Something wrong here. What was nature thinking anyway when it designed pandas? It probably wanted something really cute, but also large and huggable, because, like, you got cats and, like, raccoons and whatnot. And they're cute, but they don't like being hugged that much. Or they're too small and delicate to be hugged. And then you got pandas, which are large creatures. Okay. I could have sworn we got some evidence that said the knife was broken off elsewhere, though. Also, shouldn't the knife tip be in evidence? So panda fluffer is also a job. Without even reading the rest of it, I know exactly what a panda fluffer is. Where someone cuddles and frisks pandas so that they can get excited to move around, and it's paid around $22,000 a year for literally cuddling pandas. I mean, you know, there are worse jobs. Alright, come on. What exactly am I looking for here? Yes, Emma is written on it in blood. Huh? This thing doesn't have a bottom. That's weird. Which side is up? Better yet, what's the purpose of a bottomless jar? At least it doesn't collect dust inside, right? It probably does. Which makes it worse. 220k, really? I mean, I guess if you're good at it, they want someone like that. If you really like fluffing pandas, you know. Hey, look here. It's hard to make out, but there's a dark red stain here. Looks like blood. We already had the... Man. The blood stains on the other pieces are just spots. This one's a line. That is odd. Yep. Strange that. I know I have something. I know I do. Read last comment, yeah. I saw that. Oh wait, hold on, let me turn on all messages again. Who the man was paid 25 million for fucking naming Toy Story? It's a story about toys. Anyone could fucking name it Toy Story. Again, I'm not saying they're not good names, but that's fucking silly, man. God damn it. Okay, so I've got all those comments turned on now, so swear all you want. I'm just, man, there's no way. No way in hell. No way, no how. All by myself, broke off the tip. I'm thinking, what was... Hold on, I'm confused. Oh wait, never mind, no I'm not. We already been through this. Come on. Alongside again for years, that's fine, that's fine. If she fabricated it herself, then... Damn it! But that was found in the safe. Alright, worst comes to worst, I just have to go through the stuff, the dialogue options here. We really aren't that far in this. Man, how am I already messing up here? It's incredible. Yeah, but think about this guy. I didn't know Detective Goodman. You say you did this all by yourself? Yep. See, that's the part of the problem. The broken prosecutor award knife was stuck in the victim's body. Because if that's true... Okay. So she said... Okay, so the prosecutor award thing was there. Let's see. What's the deal with this? Halberd was removed. Yeah. We don't really care about Goodman's autopsy report right now. Is there anything about this that I can check that still does something? Just trying to like... Trying to think. Do I play the evidence law thing here? Sure. Bullshit. Man, something here has to work. I mean, I don't mind redoing the trial from the start, because at this point we're not even that far past the last checkpoint, but man, I have no idea what we're doing here. Work off the tip of Dark's. Yeah, okay. Put it inside the wound, then move the body. We know why she did that. Dare I do the evidence thing right here? And like that, I fucked up. Honestly, I'm just gonna load from here. Just gonna fast forward and then we're gonna save once we get to the actual thing. Cause man, I got no clue what I'm doing here. I thought all of that was gonna work and then none of it did. Okay. So, we've established a few things. One, we have a ton of evidence that is essentially pointless. Most of it means nothing. Yeah. We know he said that. Come on! Hit me with it! Just show me what I need to do. I'm a grenade. Throw me. Just fast forward and through. When you showed up on the scene, where exactly was the victim's body? It was where you guessed it was, by Chief Gaunt's desk. We already did this. But the body was found by your desk. Why did you move it there? The reason for that is Sempo. So the ones explained in more detail. Reason this guy moved the body. Wait, it changes the thing? No, it doesn't. Never mind. Am I supposed to present the jar here? Is that what was supposed to happen? Pieces of the jar? You mean... Yes, that wretched jar you showed us earlier. In order to show that Dark committed the crime, I felt it would be more expedient to move the body. So, when you first found the body, the jar was already... Yes. Already been shattered to pieces. Looked at the crime scene, it would be clear right away what had happened. Wait, but that doesn't make any... Oh, wait, is that it? Is that what it is? Oh, okay, I think I figured it out. Hold on. This is clearly written on the jar, though, as if it was, like, all one thing. There, okay. Miss Sky, I understand how you feel. You committed that crime 2 years ago to protect your sister. You mean the forgery at that scene where Near Marshall was murdered? If that truth were to be exposed now, the past 2 years of your life will have been in vain. Even so, I'm compelled to bring everyone's attention to a significant contradiction within your testimony. Contradiction in my testimony? A contradiction in my testimony? It's more likely than you think. Dude, Arrow can't see... yeah, well, yeah, we've already read that. You testified, and I quote, The pieces of the jar that shattered during the events threatened my plan. That's right. Do you have a problem with that? It's a simple oversight, really. You see, a message was written on the jar with the victim's blood. Yes, the prosecutor must have written it in his final moments. Exactly so. And this is where the contradiction lies. In order for the victim to be able to write his message on the jar, it must not yet have been broken before he died. He couldn't have written Emma's name on a shattered jar. He couldn't have written Emma's name on a shattered jar. Order! Order! Your Honor, it would appear more information is needed in regards to this jar and its bloody message. We may be missing something critical here. Something critical? Critical role. The truth is we need to play D&D. That would be a fun thing to do for the channel. Just do like a D&D campaign. Chief Prosecutor. Chief Prosecutor. It seems yours in the dark as we are. It seems yours in the dark as we are. About the truth towards which we are headed. What? Just tell us exactly what you saw. We'll piece together the information to arrive at the truth. The vase of truth. Come to think of it, did they ever... I never saw this part of the anime. Did they ever make Rise from the Ashes into the anime? Or was that kept out of it? And if so, why? Because this would have been awesome. Very well. The witness may now continue her testimony. Oh. I immediately noticed the blood traces on the jar. But it was dark in the room and I didn't have time to check it out. To be safe, I wiped away the blood. To be safe, I wiped away the blood. The fragments were large, so I'm sure I got them all. All I could think about was wiping them clean before they were discovered. You mean you were the one who wiped away the blood message? You mean you were the one who wiped away the message in blood? I wasn't chief prosecutor at the time. She didn't think Dark was the real murderer. That's why she tried to erase the real evidence. Very well. The defense may now begin its cross-examination. The jar and the message in blood. Alright. And that's where you're wrong. I immediately found that contradiction. That's how Ace Attorney goes. Sometimes it's like, you get stuck on one thing for a little bit, and then you get to something and you just kind of unlock the path through, I don't know, feeling the flow of the universe or something? I don't know. Kind of like a FromSoft fight. Miss Sky. I believe... Miss Sky, I believe this jar conceals a truth even you were unaware of. What? We found the final piece of this jar in Chief Gaunt's safe. In the chief's safe? But how? I knew it. She really didn't know. I knew it. She really didn't know. She really didn't know. There's something even more disturbing about that final piece. There was still blood on it. But the witness just testified that she gathered every last piece and wiped the blood off of them. Yes, which leaves us with only one explanation. On the night Prosecutor Marshall was murdered, you were not the first one to show up on the scene. Chief Gant got there before you. Oh shit, I didn't even notice the other comments. Hold on. Let's switch to live chat. Romar says, yeah, even a what? Oh, Toy Story, yeah. First Toy Story movie had a budget of 30 million. You tell me they paid a guy 25 million just for naming it? Oh, the third, okay. Oh yeah, 15 million to add a 3? What the fuck? We might have a 1 hour stream or something. That would prove me wrong. Come on, Bobby, keep scrolling. Okay. I'm finally at the bottom. Didn't realize there was more stuff. Sorry about that, guys. Tried to read the rulebook. It's like 150 pages. I'd also not want to do that. But couldn't the defendant have simply missed a piece? Okay, now we're back to live chat. My apologies, everyone. I'm afraid that's unlikely. The pieces are too big for anyone to miss, let alone an ace detective. Unless they're an ace defective. Anyway. That may well be, but everyone makes mistakes. You and I once wasted an entire day looking for my dentures. They were in my mouth all along. Ah, can you believe that? Have you forgotten, Your Honor? When this witness arrived at the scene, the jaw was already broken. You want someone to teach you D&D? I kind of just figured it out through osmosis. Just kind of like sussing through what I could and could not do. I don't know all the rules, obviously, but like, you know, I might as well... At some point I need to read the rulebook, probably, just to get an official idea of what exactly I'm doing. When this witness arrived at the scene, the jaw was already broken. Oh, that. There's no way a name could have been written on the shattered jaw. Another person discovered the scene prior to the witness. I hope you're not implying this person was Chief Gant. At the time, he was looking for Doc downstairs. Besides, even if he was there first, why would he break the jaw? The question is, if he did arrive there first, why did he hide that fact for 2 years? Well, Your Honor, can you answer us that? Can you answer us that? Well, even the judges have to break down. Break down, break down. Da, 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 da. Break down, break down. Wait, I'm not the one on trial here. Oh, that's funny. Damon Gant arrived in the scene. Damon Gant arrived in the crime. David Gant arrived at the crime scene prior to the witness. He proceeded to break the jaw and purposely hid one of the broken pieces. Question: what is this action called? Fabrication of evidence. Very good, Phoenix. You get a treat. No, Edgeworth, I don't want... Oh, what kind of treat is it? but why would Chief Gant do that? That could actually be a cool idea for a stream. Make a character sheet of your model, and that way you can possibly add an even more lore to your Android backstory. That could be cool. Yeah. Trying to like build my backstory through like a D&D playthrough or something like that. That'd be awesome, actually. Yeah, that's a really good idea. Huh. I can make my lore write itself with a bunch of dice. Maybe that'll work. Who knows? Maybe make a comic out of it. I'll call it Vox Mechanica. No? Alright, I'll figure something out. Anyway. I was gonna say Vox Machina, but I thought that might be a little too on the nose as, like, the joke. Whatever. But why would Chief Gant do that? In light of what happened afterwards, isn't it clear? What happened afterwards? Discovering the scene, Lana Skye believed her sister Emma killed the victim. Determined to help her sister, she sought Gant's aid. Lending her his aid, Gant helped her create evidence that incriminated Dark, sparing Emma. And therein lies the reason. The reason why Miss Skye became the Chief's puppet. I don't think it's possible to have intelligence 0 in D&D, but you would have it. Yeah. Or negative, even. Like, even if I hit a 20, like, somehow nat 20 my roll, I still don't manage to get a 20 on intelligence. No, I did it on my own. Please, sis, stop trying to protect the Chief. I can't watch you suffer anymore for my sake. No, you didn't. It wasn't you, Emma. You didn't kill anyone. Don't believe anything Mr. Wright says. Defense attorneys make up their most foul lies to defend their clients. Foul lies? Imagine that coming from my own client. I guess you Sue seem like the type who likes to twist the truth. That happened like twice. Wait a minute. What if... we're still smack dab in the middle of Gant's trap? We're still smack dab in the middle of Gant's trap! Is something wrong, Mr. Wright? Lana, maybe right after all. What do you mean, Wright? So you do tell foul lies then, Mr. Wright? So you do tell foul lies then, Mr. Wright? So you do tell foul lies then, Mr. Wright? I'm not good at voice acting today. I'm not good at voice acting any day, but today especially. Miss Skye, please testify. Miss Skye, please testify once more. But, if evidence was fabricated behind your back, then Emma's accidental killing of Prosecutor Marshall might also be a lie. But I do remember knocking over Mr. Marshall. Miss Skye, if you will. I can't. There's nothing to be afraid of anymore. This cross-examination may not change a thing. However, there is a possibility that it will, if you tell the truth. Intelligence 0, 8, Charisma 18 plus 4 modifier. Oh, thank you. That's actually very nice. Granted, you are calling me stupid, but you know, it is nice that you're saying I'm charismatic. I'll take that. That's a win in my book. My pride is 0. My pride, if pride was a stat, it would be 0 for me. Clearly. Very well. Very well. I'll testify about what I really saw. All right, the witness may testify once more for the final time. When I arrived, I found Mr. Marshall's body impaled on that suit of armor's sword. It was a spear. Emma and Dark were lying unconscious on the floor nearby. When I saw what had happened, I thought she did it. And that's why I erased all the evidence that linked her to the murder. I had Chief Gant help me remove the body from the sword and carry it. But if it all really was a fabrication, Emma might be innocent. Unbelievable! The body was impaled on the armor's sword? You were the only one who saw that. If only you had proof. Actually, I do have proof. I gave it to Mr. Wright just this morning. What? To me? It's a picture I took of the crime scene as I encountered it. I thought it might be needed. Out of curiosity, when were you playing D&D? Was your group allowing natural 20s and 1s? When I was playing, in general, and it wasn't really like true to form D&D, it was just kind of like, you know, it was basically a tabletop game that was similar to D&D, but technically not because, you know, branding and merchandising or whatever. Either way, if we're just being, you know, exact about it, We did allow nat 20s and 1s just because it would be so funny for the GM to have to explain what exactly was going on when we did roll those. Because like if we rolled like a nat 20 in like a really, really bad situation, and it seemed like there was no possible way we could live, it would have to be a situation where it's like, well, this is fucking stupid, but I mean, I'm not going to be that much of a party pooper there, so well, I'll allow it. It really was up to the GM's discretion for the most part, but generally they allowed it. They were a good GM. I liked them. Anyway, but I don't remember receiving a picture like that. Lana must have known. See, Mr. Wright? She really does have faith in you. Very well, Mr. Wright. Please present this picture. I don't remember receiving any pictures from Lana. Lana said she gave it to you this morning, right? I seem to remember getting something from her then. This morning for this case was like 3 weeks ago. At least. Maybe 4 even. It's been like a month. Let's check that evidence again. There must be a picture in there somewhere. Like, this one? I mean, yeah, this is the picture. Oh, this! Oh, what the fuck? Oh. Hey, there's a picture here. Oh my. This is the actual crime scene. No other detective saw the crime scene like this. No other detective saw the crime scene like this because I contacted Criminal Affairs only after I had rearranged everything. I saw this post. What was your funniest natural one roll? And this guy replied how he wanted to pickpocket a guard and we rolled a 1. So ended up touching the guard's buttocks instead. There was this one story that I heard of this guy who rolled like... who fell off a cliff, but he rolled a saving 20 or something like that. And then he rolled another one. And the GM was just like, you flap your sword so incredibly hard that it somehow generates enough wind pressure to get you back up onto the cliff and you survive. Oh, you gotta love silly shit like that. I love it. Those moments are always the funniest. Because I contacted Criminal Affairs only after I had rearranged everything. Lana's picture inserted in the court record. Does that mean I have 4 pages of... Wow! 4 pages! Mr. Wright! That piece cut out from his vest! Could that be... the cloth we found inside Chief Gant's safe? What's this? It's got Emma's handprint on it. This is a handprint, isn't it? That cloth, it had fingerprints on it. Whosever fingerprints those are must be the real murderer. What? But those fingerprints... they're yours, Emma. Why are your lips turning all purple, Mr. Wright? Anyway, let's get on with the cross-examination. So long as you tell the truth, we should be able to flush out the real murderer. Honestly, D&D wouldn't be as fun if you couldn't bend the rules a little. You gotta at least bend the rules a little bit. Oh man, you know, it's just like, you gotta have those funny moments in there just because, like, those do wind up making very fun memories. And your D&D is for fun, ultimately. I think if I was a GM, I'd be fairly lenient. Not like allow like everything, but like I think I'd allow a lot. Very well, the defense may now begin its cross-examination. Actual crime scene. What? Ah! Fuck. This is like when Asgore destroyed the mercy button. Come now, Edgy. Come now, Edgy. This is the poorest excuse for a trial I've ever seen. Chief Gant. What, now you want to make me out as the bad guy too? Now you want to make me out as the bad guy too? If so, I'd like to put in a word or two in my defense. I'm afraid it's too late for that. What? You already declined to testify. That means you forfeited your right to make statements of any sort. This must be that risk we were talking about, earlier. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy the sound of the noose tightening around your own neck. I turned into a Guilty Gear character there for a sec. Ah, so what? You think I'm worried? Sorry to disappoint you. But I don't need to make any statements. What do you mean? The evidence will do all the talking for me. Even if I can't testify, I can still present evidence. Yes, that's true. Wait, you mean you still have some conclusive evidence? No, I don't. But someone does. Someone. So, what's your excuse, righto? Ultimately, it all depends on your DM. Yeah, DM has to be very willing and also, like, a bit flexible, you know? Why have you been keeping quiet about it? Why have you been keeping quiet about it? You do have something to show. You do have something to show us, right? Something that proves who knocked over Neil Marshall. Something that proves who knocked over Neil Marshall calls on his death. Conclusive evidence that leaves no room for doubt. Is this true, Mr. Wright? If I show the piece of evidence now, Emma's sure to be made out as the murderer. Mr. Wright, if you have any more evidence, present it now. And if you try to conceal anything, you will be the one appearing before the Board of Inquiries. What do I do now? I'd better think this through carefully. I can't afford to make the wrong decision. Should I present that piece of evidence? The one that shows who really killed Prosecutor Marshall? No evidence shall be shown without approval of the police department. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the trial. Do I risk it? A friend of mine was upset because they kept failing the healing potions in Morrowind and explaining how they're not even in D&D. You cannot fail healing. That has to suck, honestly. Oh boy. Anyway, back to this though, like, let me think. Do I present it or not? There's gotta be something about this that I'm missing. Actually, wait, what? Duh. Doesn't matter what I pick, I can just go back and save. I'm gonna say cannot. Your Honor, I don't have any evidence I can present at this point in time. What? You lie! Chief Gant, you opened my safe. I know you took what was inside. The conclusive evidence. I don't know what you're talking about. Mr. Wright, why don't you show them? We found it together. Oh, I see. That's because you know the truth, don't you? You know whose fingerprints are on it. That's why you won't present it. What are you talking about, Chief Gant? Can't you figure it out? Take a good look at this picture. See the victim's vest? Notice anything out about the chest area? It looks like part of it's been cut out for some reason. You mean you had this in your safe? What? That means you, Chief of Police, have been concealing evidence. This is going to be the biggest scandal in the history of the police department. But I was like, if your DM thinks it's funny for you to fail your healing potion, rest assured that you will fail your healing. We are all kind of at the whims of the DM and the dice, aren't we? Like, the DM can only do so much even if the dice fuck up. And then also, the dice can only do so much to help a DM that's, like, crazy. Impressive. To be honest, I didn't think you had the gall, Rido. Well, I can't just let you pin me up as the murderer. I'll tell you what really happened. What? You mean you admit to it? I was the first person to arrive at the crime scene that day. It then occurred to me that I could use the situation to control Lana. So you really were manipulating her? I knew Lana. If I made it look like the blame lay with her sister, then when she saw the scene, she would ask me for my aid. So you assisted Miss Sky? I told her to arrange the evidence. I told her to arrange all the evidence. I had her plant the knife tip in the victim's body and move the body across the room. And I ended up using that evidence to get Joe Doc convicted. When I tampered with the crime scene, I had 2 pieces of evidence. This is before Lana arrived at the scene, mind you. 2 pieces of evidence? You mean those items in your safe? What Ace Attorney and Fate character would you want as your DM? Ace Attorney character? Honestly, who would be the most fun? Honestly, if Chief Gant wasn't a murderer, maybe him, because he feels like he has, like, enough knowledge to not make stuff stupid, but enough to make it, like, fun. Because I feel like Phoenix might lack confidence. Edgeworth would be a little too sticky in terms of, like, stuff. Larry's a little too stupid. The rest of them are in varying shades of either they don't know what's going on or they're too serious or too stupid. I'm gonna go with Gant. Yeah, Gant seems fun. If not for the fact that he was a murderer on multiple accounts. And then Fate character, ooh, that's a tough one. Iskandar is always fun. Everyone loves Iskandar. That's an easy one. Kachidoki o ageo. Aiori o hitairoi. Ah la 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 la. But why? For insurance, of course. Insurance? I was sure my plan would work, but it's always the best to be prepared for the worst. I wasn't about to let anyone blame me for a murder that girl committed. You mean you were calculating that far ahead while forging the evidence? What do you take me for, a fool? I didn't make police chief by dumb luck. See this jaw fragment? I hid the most legible part of Emma's name. I didn't expect Lana to go and wipe the blood off the other pieces. I didn't expect Lana to wipe the blood off all the pieces. But if you fabricated all the evidence, what's to say you didn't fabricate the message on this jar, too? Oh. Some people just don't know when to quit, do they? That's why I kept one more item for insurance. You mean that piece of cloth? Come on, Rido, cough it up already. I know you have it. What are you waiting for, Mr. Wright? What are you waiting for, Mr. Wright? So you admit to it then, Chief Gant, that you were hiding the cloth that you cut off the victim's vest in your safe. Yes, I admit it. I didn't want to have to do that, being chief and all. But it's a lot better than being portrayed as a murderer. But it's a lot better than being it's a lot better than being portrayed as a murderer. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you have to say for yourself? Just a moment ago, you said you didn't have any evidence you could present. Foolish move, Rido. You should have shown it then before it was too late. It's been a long battle. The moment of truth has finally arrived. As long as I don't mess up here, victory is mine. Your Honor, I do have evidence to present now. Alright then, let's see this conclusive evidence. The evidence that shows who actually murdered Prosecutor Marshall. Anything in this that I can see that's, like, special? Imagine if you were playing the bad ending all along. Yeah, that's something I have to consider here. That's gonna be a rough one if it is. The one who really killed Prosecutor Marshall. Trying to think. What evidence do I have? I guess I could play the handprint thing, but... Okay, so we definitely tampered with the evidence. Anything about this? Trying to think. This is especially suspicious. Detective Marshall. Who actually did it? Trying to think, like, there has to be some piece of evidence I have if I have something that shows it. I'm trying to look for, like, anything I can find. Wouldn't that have stabbed him in the ass? Based on the angle, it doesn't look like it stabbed him in the back. Nope. Mr. Edgeworth, your opinion, please? I think Mr. Wright's humor has improved at the expense of his defense. Damn! Better polish up your defense, Mr. Wright. Come on, Mr. Wright. You remember that thing with the murderer's handprint on it, don't you? I know she's telling me to do that. I feel like that's a bad idea. I feel like I'm playing into his hands. I don't want to play this. I'm still... Source, Mr. Gant? If only. I don't think I can go for profiles from here. It wasn't... It's probably not this. How do I see who killed him? It was revealed to me in a dream, now blocked and reported. No, Mr. Wright, that doesn't work in real life. Yeah. And he just, like, slowly sinks behind his desk. Alright, even though I've got a save nearby, I know I can just present this even if I get the bad end. Fine. Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut out this piece of the victim's vest. Oh, yes, at last you finally brought... Oh, yes, at last you finally brought it into the open. At last you finally brought it out into the open. There's a handprint on this piece of cloth. Your Honor, the prosecution requests that it... Your Honor, the prosecution requests that be immediately sent to the lab for analysis. This handprint on the leather. There must have been a strong impact for it to be left so clearly. You mean... It could not have been forged. It must be authentic, conclusive evidence. It could be forged, though. Oh. You were slow in the uptake as ever, were they? What? Think about it. Rhino had all this time to present this evidence. Yet he was reluctant to do so. Why would that be? You mean you already know? You know whose fingerprints are on that? Mr. Wright, do you really know? Whoever the fingerprints belong to must be the real murderer. Whose fingerprints are they? Very well. I'll tell you. Very well. I'll tell you. It should be okay now. Everything's proceeding as predicted. The person to whom these fingerprints belong to is... Emma Sky? What? They're mine? I'm sorry, Emma, but why? Why didn't you tell me? Well, most people don't like finding out that they're murderers. Oh. You're really something, Rhino. You knew this girl did it all along, and you still tried to pin the murder on me. So it's true. Tragic, but true. This girl really did shove Prosecutor Marshall to his death. How could you? You monster! Miss Sky, you knew whose fingerprints were there all... You knew whose fingerprints those were all along, yet you acted like she really didn't. Miss Sky, it's not over yet. What? I said this trial isn't over yet. Ha! But I'm afraid it is over, boy. Not only this trial, but your career, too. You purposefully concealed this conclusive evidence. That, my friend, is a serious offense. I'm looking forward to pressing charges after the defendant is convicted. I'll have your badge, boy. What's the matter? Cat got your tongue? Aren't you going to tell us how it feels? How it feels to be the one who single-handedly turned a poor little girl into a murderer? Before I do that, there's just one little thing I have to clear up. He's gonna Columbo this motherfucker! Alright. There's just one little thing I have to clear up. Oh, and what's that? Who really killed Prosecutor Neil Marshall? What? Chief Gant, you are absolutely right. This piece of cloth proves who the real murderer is. This piece of cloth proves who the real murderer is. Who killed Neil Marshall, you ask? It was Emma Sky, wasn't it? I'm afraid that's not possible. You see, this piece of cloth contains a critical contradiction. What? A contradiction? What is this fool babbling about? I'm talking about a contradiction. One that proves who the real killer is. Man, I don't know if Phoenix is bullshitting or not, but man, he's on something. Mr. Wright, this piece of cloth, what could it possibly contradict? Chief Gant, your tyrannical reign ends here. Your tyrannical reign ends here. Behold, the piece of evidence that contradicts this cloth. Man, I hope Phoenix had something, because I sure fucking didn't. Really gonna need something here. Pretty sure the fingerprint records aren't on the thing, so... Well, it's gotta be the Blue Badger, right? Or it's the Attorney's Badge. It could certainly be that. Anything on this? Actually, wait a minute. Why is there blood in his shirt? Over the... Hold on. Wait, what exactly is this supposed to be? This is the picture Miss Sky took. Take a good look at it. See where the piece of his vest was cut out? Yes, his shirt is showing underneath. It's hard to make out with all the blood in his vest, though. Exactly my point. His chest is soaked with blood. That's only natural. His lungs, no doubt, were punctured. Blood poured out of his mouth. Oh, but that piece of cloth... Present the badge, or you'll be handing it anyway once you're fired. Phoenix is bluffing so hard that right now they unironically started to believe his own hype. I mean, hey, sometimes you do your best work when you believe in your own hype. And also, that's totally what's happening right now. Wait, there's no blood on it. Ah! Since Emma Sky's fingerprints are on this cloth, there's no doubt that she shoved the prosecutor aside. However, Mr. Marshall was not impaled on the sword at that time. No, this is nonsense! Now then, Chief Gant, let me ask you something. Prosecutor Marshall was not impaled when he was shoved aside. He most likely hit his head on the ground and was knocked out. If so, then tell me, who could it have been? Who could have arrived at the scene before Miss Lena Sky, picked up the unconscious prosecutor, and impaled him on the armor's sword? Then, to make it look like Emma was responsible for the prosecutor's death, said person proceeded to write her name on the jar with the victim's blood. A jar that they then broke on purpose to leave behind a clue. And make Lana believe her sister did it. Remember what you admitted only moments ago? That you personally cut out this bloodless piece of the victim's vest? Ironic, isn't it? Through the very act of creating insurance, you proved that you were the actual murderer. No! It's finally all over. 3, 2, 1. Oh, god damn it. What now? Oh, that was close, Righto. You almost had me. Sorry, but you'll have to do better than that. I refute your allegations. What do you mean you refute his allegations? You see, that piece of cloth is illegal evidence. Oh, the evidence book is coming up. Order! Order! What nonsense is this? Illegal evidence cannot be used to convict a suspect. Remember, Haji? Earlier, old Rido here concealed that piece of cloth. So then, what's your excuse, Rido? You do have some conclusive evidence, don't you? Your Honor, I don't have any evidence I can present at this point. Seems hard to get your mic cut out for a full 2 seconds. Yeah, it'll do that. Ah! I probably need to work on that if I'm gonna start doing screamy stuff. Well, that's true. The defense did refuse to present evidence. That moment, that piece of cloth ceased to be legal evidence. But that's not fair. Oh, ho, ho. Did you actually confess me in court? Looks like the last laugh's on you, son. I'm afraid Mr. Gant's claim is legally correct. Well, Mr. Edgeworth? True, illegal evidence cannot be used to convict a person. Assuming, of course, that the evidence is indeed illegal. Well, Mr. Wright? It seems, at last, the time for me to reveal my plan has finally arrived. The Blue Badger. Mr. Wright, do you admit to it? Do you purposefully and illegally conceal this piece of cloth? I did not. I admit I refused to present it at one point. Ha ha ha! So the evidence is illegal! No, it isn't, Mr. Gant. It's not that I didn't present evidence then. It's that I couldn't. What do you mean you couldn't? There are certain procedures involved when presenting evidence. No, Audrey, don't listen to his lies. He's nothing but a coward. You can't really believe. There was only one issue left to be resolved in this trial. Is this evidence legal or not? Very well, let us settle this once and for all. Earlier, you refused to present evidence. You can prove your conduct was not in violation of the law, then do so now. The Magic Book. This is my proof, Your Honor. Evidence law. What's this? I've done my homework too, Chief. Indeed, Emma Sky's fingerprints were on this piece of cloth. However, at that point in time, this was merely a piece of cloth, nothing more. What? You see, it's written right here in this book. The second rule of evidence law. Rule number 1. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. I found this piece of evidence myself inside your safe. It goes without saying I did not have approval from the police department. Rule 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. And here is the crux of the matter. You see, at the time it was impossible for me to prove the relevance between the cloth and the SL9 incident. I love how Phoenix is acting so smug, like he didn't just learn about what evidence law is like 20 minutes ago. Like, to be fair, that's what I act like whenever I learn something new, like, oh, you don't know that 2 + 2 = 4, I say to another 4th grader, or 2nd grader, whatever age you learn that at. I was like, I learned that 3 minutes prior, so I'm already more advanced than you. Now mind you, I'm an android, so it's just like me full size talking to like a small child and acting like I'm superior to them. Imagine that. Look around you. Imagine. Dragons. What? What kind of nonsense is this? You want relevancy? Just take one look at this picture and... Sorry, but can you recall, when was that picture presented? That was shown only a few moments ago. Oh, what? He's right. At the beginning of today's trial, that piece of cloth was still meaningless. The person who gave it value as evidence was you, Damon Gant. You yourself confessed to a certain truth. Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut out this piece of the victim's vest. Oh, yes. Fucking, this guy is like sprinting towards his own doom. No! It was then that you approved this cloth as conclusive evidence. Yes, you, the chief of police, personally approved this cloth. The only person who could have cut this from the victim's vest is the one who stood before Prosecutor Marshall in his final moments. In other words, the real murderer. And there's only one person who could that be. And there's only one person who that could be. Damon Gant. The killer was you. No. I knew I should have gotten rid of him. That good for nothing scum. 2 years he's been snooping around the department trying to get something on me. Crimes are being committed every day, yet he insisted on hounding me. Well, your crime wasn't exactly petty. He wanted to reinvestigate the case. He recruited Angel Star, then he convinced Bruce Goodman. Detective Goodman... Yeah, that's right. If the evidence is transferred, I'll lose my only chance to find out the truth. Please, you've got to help me. Goodman turned him down. Goodman turned him down, as he ought to. Still, Jake Marshall didn't know when to quit. He stole Goodman's ID card and tried to take the evidence. Goodman came to me that day. He wanted to file a lost item report. I went into the evidence room, and all of a sudden he decided to speak out. What are you talking about, Goodman? Can you please... What sort of voice do we want to give Goodman? Wait, let me try a Saul Goodman impression. I'm probably going to be terrible at it, but let me try. Can you please reopen the investigation, Chief? We can't transfer the evidence out. They had too many questions left unanswered. Many questions left unanswered. Opened his evidence locker, and as he was taking out the evidence out, he said, "It's not too late. I'm gonna hand all this over to Marshall." Well, to be honest, I was a bit taken aback by his words. I had a bad feeling when he came to see me, but I never thought he'd bring up SL9. That's when I saw it. That accursed knife. I couldn't just pull it out. Doing so would have only led to more blood, making it near impossible to hide your crime. Even so, the blood was just pouring out. I didn't know who might stumble in, so I hurried to wipe it out. I was worried so much about the floor, I didn't realize my fatal mistake. The bloody handprint on Detective Gumshoe's locker. I used to be known as the crime computer. But everyone has to start somewhere, I guess. I was too nervous. This is a great case. Yeah. Easily one of my favorites in the series now, gotta be honest. So good stuff. I had no business doing any of it. Then you put the body in my car? I'm sorry, I couldn't think of any other way to move the body. I broke your trunk, but what's the big deal? You think a lot more than us detectives ever will. That was vintage. 1973. Leaving the prosecution's car aside. How? How could you get Miss Sky involved in all of this? Well, she had as much to lose as I did if the truth came out. So you took the evidence from Detective Goodman's locker. I felt bad for having to do it. Also didn't have time to pick and choose what to take. So you left the jar fragments and the glove. Yeah. Looks like I was better off being an investigator of crimes than a committer. They all did their best to get in my way. Gotta hand it to them. They do their jobs well. Much to my dismay. Fake evidence doesn't hold up very well upon close examination. You must have known that. Tell me, Worthy. Where do you stand in court? Me? You despise criminals. I could feel it. You and me, we're the same. One day you'll understand. Oh, believe me, you will. You're just one man. You'll see what it really takes to bring them down once you try to go it alone. He's not alone. He has me. As Phoenix Wright. Well, looks like it's time to say goodbye. Oh, Wudgie. What? Looks like we'll have to cancel that lunch date. Sorry, old friend. I'm sorry too, Damon Gant. I knew you as you used to be long ago. You were once a fine investigator, an example to others on the force. I'm sorry to learn that you are no longer that person. Those days are gone now, Wudgie. Thanks for all the memories, though. I feel like Edgeworth wouldn't settle for something out of 1973. Perhaps something from the 1930s would better suit someone of Edgeworth's status. Yeah, but those also kind of like barely work by that point. This is like, what, the early 2000s? So like, I don't know. I'm not sure about the 1930s. That would be like 70 years later. Maybe like that kind of style, but like vintage, you know? Vintage stuff. It's gotta have wooden wheels. Only for Edgeworth. Don't worry, you'll do fine. Don't worry, you'll be fine. Now you have Rhino here. And Worthy. With these two around, you can't go wrong. In fact, I can hear them already. The melodious sounds of a new beginning. There are two things I want you to understand. Yes? First, your sister never hurt anyone. Second, Damon Gant betrayed you from the very beginning. You see, Miss Sky, you no longer have any reason to keep silent. You're right. When this trial is over, I'll tell everything. All that I've done these past 2 years. From the time I had Gant help me forge evidence up until today. So, it would seem all the questions raised in this trial have been answered. I'm sorry, Miss Sky. I couldn't get you out of all your trouble. My. What high standards you have. What high standards you have. For a rookie. I can see why me have thought so highly of you. Who knows? A few years from now, you might just make it to the top. Oh yeah! Mahogany wheels. Gant is very nonchalant for a person that's 100% going on death row. He killed 2 people and 2 of them were detectives. They are gonna make sure he feels the fucking weight of the axe. Or the gun, really, however they execute people in Japan. Actually, wait, they don't execute people in Japan, don't they? Don't they not do that? So, like... I don't know. I owe you my thanks, right? I owe you my thanks, right? I owe you my thanks, right? Miss Sky. And to you too, Edgeworth. And to you too, Mr. Edgeworth. You've suffered every bit as much as I have over these past few days. Believe me, I know how much of an ordeal it's been for you. It was nothing. Liar. I was worried the pressure might break you. And yet, you rose above it all and guided Mr. Wright to victory. You've done well, Mr. Edgeworth. Stop it! I only did my job. Capital punishment is a legal penalty in Japan. Huh. I don't know, I guess I just don't really, like, hear it that often. I mean, it makes sense. Obviously, they gotta have, like, at least a little bit of it in theory, but, like... I don't know, I mean, like... I'm trying to think of the last time I heard someone in Japan getting the death penalty, because I remember that was supposed to be kind of like a rare sort of thing. In light of this case, it seems a good self-examining is in order for all of us. Miss Sky. Yes, Your Honor? You're innocent of murder. However, although the chief blackmailed you, the fact is you still acted as his accomplice. A trial will be scheduled for these crimes at a later date. Yes, I understand, Your Honor. I understand, Your Honor. Is there something amusing about all this? Why are you smiling? It's been a long time, Your Honor. A long time since I felt free of these heavy chains. A long time since I felt free of these heavy chains. Well, this trial has gone on far too long already. Regarding the charge of murder, this court finds the defendant, Miss Lena Sky, not guilty. Not guilty! I like how they have confetti for this. In the second game, we get confirmation that Manfred was executed. Oh, nice. Well, see, I know in the games people get executed because there was the whole thing with Dark, Von Karma, and then like, what's her face from the third game? You know that girl that Phoenix dated? Whatever her face was? I don't know. I forgot her name. I don't remember that much about the third game. That is all. This court is adjourned. February 25th, 5:03 p.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 2. At long last, it's finally over. Huh? Emma? Why the long face? I'm sorry your sister didn't get I'm sorry your sister didn't get completely off the hook, but at least she wasn't convicted for a murder she didn't commit. No, that's not it. Just now, after the trial ended. I can see why Mia Fey thought so highly of you. I owe you my thanks, Mr. Wright. And to you too, Mr. Edgeworth. You've suffered every bit as much as I have over these past few days. You've done well. Oh, she didn't say anything to Emma? Oh, that'll hurt. Dahlia, that's it. Yeah, Dahlia. I was gonna say Dolly, but I guess that was wrong. Yeah. Her biological processes are of only interest to historians now, or something like that. What was the weird way Edgeworth described that? I don't know. It was something like, her biological processes are of interest only to historians now, or something like that. There was even like a skit on YouTube talking about how dumb it is that Edgeworth said that. You know, I did my best too, but Lana didn't say a single word to me. Also, I'd like to point out, this is a trial that Phoenix managed to win without weird spirit bullshit. No weird spirit magic here, he just did the law. He did strictly science stuff. Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Oh, guess I am. I'll come back later. Wait, Detective Gumshoe, what is it? You're doing this on purpose, aren't you? Making a detective run all around while I'm duty. And to top it off, you call me here? I've seen half your people at funerals. I feel like I've seen this exact scene before. Hey, lighten up, pals. I'm only kidding. Oh, are you here because of my sister again? Nope, not this time. I came today because of you, pal. Me? That's right. I thought you'd like to see someone. Hey! Lana! Should you be doing this? She's still under arrest, you know. Well, I won't tell if you won't. Well, I won't tell if you won't. Emma, I owe you an apology. It's okay, sis. Don't worry about it. That day, 2 years ago. Phoenix did the math in court and finally proved that 2 + 2 is 5. Mr. Wright, would you please present evidence showing that 2 + 2 is 5? Coroner starts playing. Take that! Your Honor, 2 plus 2 equals 5. It's the first time in my life I ever panicked. It was all I could do to keep myself from screaming. All I could think about was keeping you from getting wrapped up in that mess. Sis. I asked God to help me cover up the truth. I thought I was doing it for your sake. But now I realize I was wrong. What changed after that day? I had to. It was the only way I could make it through those... It was the only way I could make it through the past 2 years. I knew how much I was hurting you by distancing myself. But I couldn't bring myself to tell you what I did. I was scared. Scared that you'd look at me with those eyes of yours. I was scared of how you'd react if you knew. But sis, you were only doing it for me. No. Huh? I turned my back on you that day. In hiding what I believed to be the truth, I was deceiving you. Sis. I'm such a fool. It took me all this time to realize it. Emma, I'm so sorry. But sis, you don't have to apologize. I'm happy now. You're happy? I imagine Phoenix did that so we could get paid $5 an hour instead of 4. Oh, he puts in so much overwork, they might as well pay him 6 at this point. Man needs to prove math more often. Teacher asks for how to do proofs in math. Me, who's played Phoenix right. Okay. Of course. You know, sis, I always knew that one day you'd come back. And now you have. Oh, Emma. Emma. As happy an ending as we could manage. No one can change the past. The only thing we can do is The only thing we can do is guilty gear strive to make up for our mistakes. Why must we make up for our mistakes, you ask? Because in so doing, we can find the way back to our rightful path. And it is from here that we can move on toward a brighter future. And it is from here that we can move on toward a brighter future. Be me, an Ace Attorney player. At least that's what I felt, watching the two sisters make up. Mr. Wright. Mr. Gumshoe. Me? Thank you both for all that you've done. I'm sure we'll meet again someday. And they never met again, any day. Isn't that right, Edgeworth? Edgeworth? Stop hiding and come over here. He's back to the shoe-bill duck thing. Where was he hiding? I just came to say congratulations. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Right. Well, I'll be going now. Mr. Edgeworth, I hope you don't blame yourself for what happened. We were the ones who acted corruptly, not you. It's too late for me. No matter what anyone may say, I realize today that I can't correct my mistakes. Mr. Edgeworth. Not only that, but I don't even trust myself anymore. Chief Gant was right. We despise criminals. I can feel it. You and me, we're the same. One day you'll understand. Oh, believe me, you will. You're just one man. Just see what it really takes to bring them down once you try and go it alone. I do despise criminals. I plan to dedicate my entire life to fighting them. But in order to fight crime on my own, I need a weapon. It's scary, but I've known that to be true for quite some time now. But Edgeworth, who knows? Given enough time, I might have tried to pull something like Chief Gunt did. And that thought terrifies me. And that's why I can't continue on as a prosecutor. Edgeworth, don't you understand? Damon Gant and your mentor, Manfred von Karma, were both the best of the best when it came to fighting crime. But they both made the same mistake. You said in order to fight crime on my own, I'd need a weapon. And that may be true. But think back to today's trial. You weren't alone. You were working together with Mr. Wright. And because of that partnership, you were able to present evidence that otherwise would have gone undiscovered. Isn't that right, Mr. Wright? What? Yeah. What is this, a pop quiz? Come on, Mr. Wright. Show me what Lena's talking about. Evidence, huh? Something that neither Edgeworth nor I would have been able to find on our own. I actually don't know here. Is it the screwdriver? Oh no, wait, it's the list, isn't it? Because it's taped together from... That's the picture I drew. Our counterattack began with this. You had one half of the evidence list and I had the other. Apart, we wouldn't have been able to completely restore Emma's picture. It didn't just happen by chance, Mr. Edgeworth. It's time for me to go. Want me to look it up? I'm pretty sure it was this. I'm pretty sure I got the right answer. Mr. Edgeworth, if you'll excuse me, there are still some loose ends that need wrapping up. Take care, Chief Prosecutor. Edgeworth, what will you do now? Well, whatever you do, just remember. Just remember. You can let what happened kill the You can let what happened kill the prosecutor in you, or you can let it help you grow. In the end, it's up to you. I know. It seems I owe you my thanks too, right? But what I face now is my problem. Edgeworth, I'll be waiting for you in court. I'll see you in court. Farewell. They are oddly good friends for people who constantly have to fight each other on legal bases. Either there or you send a man to death row through the power of friendship. For the second time, mind you. The second time we've done that. The other time, obviously, being Von Karma. Oh, man. Oh, that was fun. I'd better get going, too. Okay, but I'll be by to visit soon. It seems we both have a lot to learn and catching up to do. Here, this is a little something for you. Did she just have these books on her at all times? Were they not confiscated? Scientific investigation? It's the first book I ever bought. Study it well. Thanks, sis. Thanks, sis. I will. And so, another case came to a close. We can't say case closed because we'll get sued, but, well, we'll try. As for the sisters, I have faith. Faith that their lives have only just begun. This was a great case. And as for me, I think it's time I started on a new journey of my own. A journey to rediscover myself. Well, don't go trucking off just yet, pal. Huh? What is it, detective? It's just a little matter to be resolved about the chief prosecutor. You see, she isn't supposed to be out of jail like this. But I thought you said it was okay. Yeah, well, it may be okay with me, but the folks at the prison are a different story. Huh? Basically, I had to bribe a guard in order to sneak her out for 30 minutes. Believe me, it wasn't cheap either. Huh? Way to go, detective. I didn't know you had a wild side. Yeah, well, you see, Mr. Right here, he's the one who's gonna be... Mr. Right here is the one who'll be footing the bill. Huh? Huh? What, do you think I can afford it with my salary? You gotta be kidding me, pal. You gotta be kidding me, pal. From my experience, anyway, people that are almost polar opposites to one another weave the strongest bonds. Yeah, I've noticed that too. They just kind of, you know, they work well together. They play off each other. Thank you, Mr. Wright. Thank you, Mr. Wright. You're the best. Why is it? I suddenly feel like I want to scream. Hey, I got an idea. Why don't we all go to pay it off together? Yeah, that's a great idea. Come on, guys. Let's go. It's an awfully nice prison guard of theirs to, let them go without paying first. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Rise from the Ashes, Phoenix Wright. My god, I love this case. I'll arrange for a friend of mine in Europe to take care of Emma. I hope she'll be pleased to study under a top coroner. As for me, this affair has pretty much ended my days at the prosecutor's office. Still, I managed to find my way back to the field somehow. Then I'll be able to investigate crimes together with Emma. Takeshi Yamazaki. Yeah, but Shumikami. Kazuya Nuri. Yikes, I thought I was a goner for a moment there. And then they overlooked my unauthorized investigation in the chief's office. If we penalized you anymore, it'd be worse than firing you. Yep, that's what they said. It just goes to show, you can't shake me off that easily. I'm the black dog, and when I buy it, I don't let go. That's my beat. Don't worry, Arrow, you're gonna pay for the power of friendship. Probably. Oh, man. What a trial. It took numerous hours. Several of which, I think, longer than the actual 4 cases that comprised the first game. Dude, look at all that cocaine on the screen. There's so much of it. You believe it? I've been demoted to security guard. My partner keeping an eye on the entrance for me today. I'll show them, though. Someday I'm going to make a detective. Yes, sir. Then I can be just like that Dick Gumshoe. I forgot what voice I was supposed to do for him. Oh. Yay, graphics team. They did a good job. I like their sprites. The Blue Badger. Hey there, I'm proud of you. Oh, thanks, Firewall. Can you be my real dad? Oh, no! Why not the Blue Badger? They had 1 person on programming? Never mind, they had 4. What is it? Did you see I'm having me a showdown with a steak lunch partner? You're shaving your face. This star managed to sneak this in from me. She's seeing it through one of the guards or whatever. Well, cowboy, looks like you did it. You even gave Bambina back her smile. You make sure Billy and the gang get their water? Oh, the cacti, right. Akemi Kimura. Looks like we won't be seeing each other for a while. Why didn't she... Whatever.
As a farewell gift, I put a new meal on the menu, the Right Way lunch. The top layer tastes as bitter as defeat, but the bottom layer is as sweet as victory. Kids seem to dig the turnabout theme. It's a hot seller on exam time. Just make sure not to eat it backwards. I'm gonna miss these characters. They introduced plenty of fun characters in this one. Ben Judd. Brandon Gay, Kaori Funakoshi. I'll never forget what that young defense lawyer said after the trial. Let's see, what was his name again? Mr. Left? Anyway, he said he's been doing something or other for, how many years? Well, anyway, I've got another trial to go to, so I better be... oh no, I forgot my gavel! Sorry, gotta go. 10 hot soldier, you just earned the honor of being my little pog champ. Now come here, son. I forgot about the fucking pog champ meme. Oh, God. Maya! Nothing suits a soul like fresh country air. Still, sometimes I do miss hearing you and your objection. Still, I can't go back until I'm a full-fledged spirit medium. Mystic Maya, afternoon training's about to begin. Coming. Well, see you around, Nick. It has been like an entire game's worth of time since we last saw Maya. Oh my god. Oh boy. That was an adventure. Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth, I brought you tea. What's going on? Minae Matsukawa. Yakutan Saibon, which is Ace Attorney's Japanese name, is actually translated to something turnabout. Hence why almost all Ace Attorney chapters are named Turnabout. Oh, okay. I gotcha. Thanks for coming to see me off. I can't believe I'm going to Europe. Thank you, Mr. Wright. Thank you so much for everything. I'm a little sad, but I'll be alright. Whenever I want to see Lana, all I have to do is open this book. Oh, right, I have to open it from the back because it's... Yeah, okay, never mind, I'm just stupid. Oh, that's cute. Europe? Never been there. We've heard about Europe, but what about Mayup? Rise from the ashes. One of the longest and greatest cases in all of Ace Attorney. Ladies and gentlemen, thus ends Phoenix Wright 1. Lana really is rocking the police outfit, though. She kind of rocks everything, honestly. She's a looker. I'll say that. I like her. Anyways, so, some slight news. In order to break up me playing the Ace Attorney games a bit, I'm going to be putting a different game in between each of them to kind of like settle things out. And the one I have in between Ace Attorney 1 and 2 is... Danganronpa. I'll probably start playing that next week. Maybe I'll finish out Papers, Please first, but I will probably do Danganronpa at least within the next 2 weeks. Probably next week, maybe 2 weeks, who knows. Either way, that'll be next, and then we'll get to Ace Attorney 2. Because, I mean, guys, come on,
I've been playing Ace Attorney 1 for almost a fucking year. It's been almost a year since I started this playthrough. Or has it been over a year? Hold on. Let me scroll back through this. That's cool. Yeah, I'm gonna be playing Danganronpa. It'll be fun. Great times for all. You get to hear all my weird-ass voices for them, too. Take care, Era. This was fun. Take care, Firewall. Have a nice day. Everybody, this has been another wonderful stream. I will return tomorrow with my painful genocide run in Undertale. But until then, it's been 9 months since I started this. That's fucking something. Anyway. Oh. It has been fun. Tomorrow will be my continuation of the genocide route, hopefully finishing it, but, well, I'm not that good, so probably not. What else was I gonna say? Basically, oh yeah, like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. Have a lovely morning, day, or evening, and goodbye for now. Objection!